Hey, welcome guys. So this is another video. So today in this video, we are going to solve another CK question related to services and networking and mainly trying to touch up the NS lookup. So what is NS lookup used for? NS lookup is used for testing the DNS resolution of services within our cluster. So we are going to cover that. So without wasting much time, we'll get into the video and we'll solve the questions. Make sure you watch, go to the channel because there are several other videos like this. So make sure that you go to the channel. So let's see this question right now. So start. So as usual, we have to set the context. So we'll set the context and now we'll read the question. So the question says like create an Nginx pod named Nginx-pod CK using Nginx image and expose it internally with a service named Nginx service-ck. So we have to create a pod and we have to create a service. Okay. So first of all, so we will create the pod imperatively. So while we're creating a pod imperatively, we will use the kubectl. I'm just going to write k, that's alias. Kubectl run. What is the name of the pod? So the name of the pod is nginx pod-ck. So I will write that. Nginx just nginx run pod-ck. And the image they're telling us to use is images. So yeah. So yeah. We have created the Nginx pod. Now I'll just check. It's taking some time. Add a watch. Make sure. Yeah, it's up and running. So yeah. So the first part is done, where we have to create an Nginx pod with Nginx image. Now we have to expose it internally with a service named Nginx service. Okay. So I will just see if I have some information related to click over. So within services, you can always declare a service in the manifest way of declaring it. So what you can see here is that there's API version, kind of service. Then we have to make sure that the selector will match with the label. This is one way we can do it. And we have to give the port and the target port. So this is how we can create a service. And this service will get mapped using the selector. So we'll set a label within our pod. And then we will set a selector over here. And that is how this gets mapped. So this is one way of doing it. And one more thing which I do want to mention is there are different types of services. Okay, so see here you can see that there is a pod manifest. So you can see that in the pod we are creating a label, and in the label it is Kubernetes name proxy. So this is the label, right? So how is the service getting mapped? So this is how you so this is how you can write two manifests in one manifest. So if you want to make like a service and a pod within one manifest, you just have to add this over here, and then as you can see you can create the service manifest in the same file. So you can see in the selector the same key and value is being used. So you can see Kubernetes name proxy. So this is how you map it. And over here you can see that the target port which they are using is HTTP web-sv. So you can do this way, and you can create the service. I'm just showing this as a knowledge purpose, but and there is like multiple types of services. One is like the cluster port service, and there's a node port, ClusterIP service, then there's a node port service. So we're going to look at all that. So I am not going to declare it imperatively because we want to do it fast. So we're going to make use of kubectl expose command. I'll just do kubectl expose h. Give us a help command over here. And if you look over here, you can see the type. Okay, so this is what I was talking about. So there is a cluster IP, there is a node port, load balancer, and external. So for now, for our understanding, what the question is asking is to expose it internally with a service named this internally. So the keyword over here is internally. So when it comes to the type varies based on the types, right? So the cluster IP is the one which is for internal. But then you can see over here by default, it is cluster IP. So that is why it is not necessary for us to specify type. So when you're doing it internally, you do not have to specify the type because cluster IP is by general the default. But if you want to choose node port or any other kind of service types, then you have to mention it. Okay. And then in generic, the command, I will show you how it looks like. So we'll go here. First of all, I'll just get the name of the pod. So we have to do k expose pod in the name of the pod. This is the name of the pod. Then target port. Then port. The port as 80. Port equal to 80. Then target port equal to 8000. So now we have created the service. And if you want, I can show you k get svc. By doing k get svc, we can see that by default a cluster IP service has been created. Name this. If I do k describe svc, copy the name over here. See what's exactly happening here. Yeah. So you can see that over here it is creating this. And one thing which you should verify is how is it getting mapped properly. The one way you can verify is you can see the endpoint over here is getting set like this, right? Now if I do a k get pod o wide, so I get the full information, you can see that the IP has been mapped properly and the port is also getting mapped properly. This is one way you can verify if the mapping has happened properly. So it looks like it is working as expected. Now we can go to the next part. So since now that we have the pod and service created, then the next part is to do a DNS lookup. So see, what is this saying? Verify ability to perform DNS lookup. Use name test-ns lookup for test-ns lookup. So this is just that. We have to do DNS lookups for the service name from within the cluster using this BusyBox image. Essentially, what they're saying is you have to create a BusyBox image, and then we have to check whether we can do an NS lookup. So how we will do this BusyBox image is that very common question. Again, we'll do like this k run, and then I'll use the name this way. That this way, okay, k run this, and then we have to use the BusyBox image, right? So for BusyBox image, I'll copy this, which is the image given me. And so that in BusyBox image, if we do not set restart equal to never, we'll start restarting. I will set this. Then we have to set a command. Does not close immediately. And that will be sleep for 3600. There seems to be. Okay, it's my bad. Actually, I just didn't realize that I'm adding an M here. N has to be capital. Yeah. So there is a little bit of case sensitivity issue as well, but yeah, I'm using an extra M. But right now the pod is created. If I do like if I do like if I do k get pod, you will see that So our BusyBox image is also running. I can just do k get right pod, and I can show you how it must be created. Keeping for time. Here's something. Yeah. Fine. So this is our manifest for the BusyBox. So we can see it's using BusyBox image. And then the command which you have set over here is that it has to sleep for 3000 per second. Fine. So now we have created the BusyBox image, but what it's asking us is that we have to store the results in Nginx service.txt. So what we will do is we can get pod, and we can get this way also. So what I can do is, instead of doing this way, I can do kexec IT. So kexec, the name of the service, test NS lookup, this way. Then IT. We are going. This is how we are going to enter within this. Then I'm going to get this way. What we have to do is we have to do an NS lookup, right? So we're going to do an NS lookup within this of the service. your setup. Okay, so wait, before I do one thing, I wanted to confirm one thing. Okay, get yeah. So one thing which you have to notice here is that I've created the SVC, but I did not specify the name. And here, if you see, the name has to be specified. So how I can do this is I can do k delete SVC, and then delete this. Yeah, the SVC got deleted, and now if I go to or if I can, yeah. So this is how I was creating the SVC, right? But I should specify the name as well. So just quickly, we'll specify the name over here. Get SVC. So it is with a good name. Now if I'll do kexec, name of this is test-ns lookup -it ns lookup, then the service name which we just copied. Then we will put it into the file Nginx this.txt. Okay, so it seems to have done something. Now I'll just do an ls just to see. Okay, file is created, and if I do a cat, and if I cat and I check this, yeah, so you can see that it has given me the ns lookup successfully, and we are able to do it properly. So this is it for this video. I will be making more such videos coming forward. So just make sure that you go to Killer Coda. I will share the link in the description for these playgrounds, and you can try it yourself. Thank you guys for watching this.